You ever wake up in a strange room, see weird symbols on the wall, hear monsters creeping around, and immediately think, yeah, today's going to be one of those days? Because that's basically where Lunar Chrysalis begins. And no, this is not your cozy little solve the cute puzzle and make friends with the slime girl situation. It's more like you're trapped, you're confused, something ugly is breathing nearby. Good luck. What's up, everybody? Scav here, and today we're taking a look at Lunar Chrysalis, an upcoming horror escape game from Cherry Pink. Now, I know what you're thinking. Scav, is this another adult visual novel? Not exactly. But it does have an anime-style female protagonist, eerie monster encounters, puzzle solving, survival elements, and a stylish Cheongsam outfit, and just enough what did I just walk into energy to feel very at home on this channel. So yeah, we're checking it out. The setup's simple but effective. You play as Su Li, who wakes up in an unfamiliar room surrounded by strange symbols, monsters, and a general vibe that something absolutely did not respect the lease agreement. Your job is to explore, solve puzzles, collect useful items, survive the monsters, and find a way out. That's it. No giant lore dump in front. No 45-minute intro where 7 characters explain the politics of the Moon Kingdom. Just, here's a creepy place, there's monsters, start moving. And honestly, I respect that. The combat looks interesting because at first glance, it has that third-party shooter feel. But instead of pulling out a normal gun, Su Li uses a flashlight-like magical device that fires pulse-style energy, which is a specific kind of cool. It's not, I have a shotgun and I'm here to redecorate the hallway. It's more like I found a cursed flashlight and apparently we're doing ghost science now. You're using this thing to fight off bizarre monsters while searching the environment for healing medication, attack talismans, magical components, and anything else that might keep you alive for another 5 minutes. So the loop seems to be explore, get creeped out, find something useful, fight something horrible, solve a puzzle, upgrade yourself, repeat until the game decides you've suffered enough. One thing I actually like is that Lunar Chrysalis seems to be leaning more into atmosphere than cheap jump scares. And thank you, because there is a difference between horror and somebody throwing a JPEG at your face while the audio peaks hard enough to kill a small bird. This is described more as a sandbox exploration horror escape game, so fear comes from the environment, the tension, the monsters, and that growing feeling of, am I solving this puzzle or am I being watched while solving this puzzle? That's the kind of horror game that gets under your skin instead of just punching your eardrums. And the enemies are described as bizarre monsters, which is developer language for, we made some things, we know they're weird, please don't ask too many questions. But they don't seem like they're just there for target practice. They're part of the pressure. You're not simply walking through a haunted escape room, you're solving puzzles while danger keeps moving in your direction. That's the hook. It's not only can I figure this out, it's can I figure this out before something decides my spine is optional. There's also a progression system. Defeating enemies gives you rewards that can be used to upgrade Su Li's basic abilities, so you're not helpless forever. And I like that, because some escape horror games go so hard on vulnerability that you end up feeling like a decorative victim with legs. Here it sounds like the game wants you to feel vulnerable without being useless. I don't need to be a superhero, but I do appreciate being allowed to fight back when the hallway meat goblins start sprinting at me like I owe it money. The other obvious thing is Su Li herself. She's not dressed like your standard survival horror protagonist in a tank top and trauma. She's wearing a slit Cheongsam, which gives the game a very specific visual identity right away. Stylish? Yeah. Practical for monster-infested puzzle rooms? Absolutely not. But let's be honest, practicality left the building the second we started firing magic pulses out of a flashlight. Visually, it helps the game stand out. You've got this elegant protagonist moving through a hostile, eerie, symbolic environment full of grotesque enemies. Pretty character, ugly world, bad vibes everywhere. That's the recipe. I should also mention that this game has an AI content disclosure on the Steam page. The developers stated that a small portion of the models and textures were created with AI assistance, so depending on where you stand on that, it's worth knowing before you jump in. For me, I'm going to judge what's actually in front of me. Atmosphere, gameplay feel, puzzle design, enemy design, performance, and whether the final product delivers on the concept. Because a creepy anime horror game with puzzle solving and magical flashlight combat, that's weird enough to get my attention. Lunar Chrysalis is currently listed as coming soon, and there's a demo available now on Steam. So if this looks like your kind of weird, creepy rooms, strange symbols, monster encounters, puzzle solving, magical flashlight combat style protagonist, go check out the demo and wishlist the full game. And yes, I'll be keeping an eye on this one, because sometimes you look at a game and go, I don't fully know what's happening here, but I absolutely need to see where this rabbit hole goes. Or in this case, where this cursed box garden goes. Well, that's it for this one. If you want more coverage on adult games, visual novels, horror indies, and the strange little corners of Steam that normal people probably avoid for their own safety, hit the like button, subscribe, and stick around. I'm Scav, and remember, if you wake up in a strange room surrounded by symbols and monsters, check for healing items first, then panic. Bye-bye.
Boot it up when the lights go low. Another game I probably shouldn't show. Pixel hearts and questionable quests. Dialogue choices putting me to the test. She said, come closer, I said, for the plot. Sam rolled her eyes like, sure you are, boss. Every route gets a little insane, but somehow I'm still here explaining the game. Don't blame me, I just hit play. The game got weird, I swear, okay. We play loot games after midnight. Bad decisions in the soft blue